Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's Monday Night Football game between the Seahawks and the Eagles, look back on the college basketball games from yesterday, and look ahead to today's games and my best bet of the day. So it's going to be a short podcast today. All right, we'll start with Monday Night Football, as we normally do on every Tuesday podcast. The Seahawks over the Eagles, 23-17. The Eagles got the late cover and upset a lot of people that took Seattle minus the 6.5. I actually thought about laying it with Seattle because there's a lot of Jalen Hurts rumors, but I went with the over, and even that didn't come through. Seattle blew the chance of the over and the cover because they went for it on fourth down so many times and didn't get it. As the Seahawks, more importantly, win the game to go to 8-3 to give themselves some breathing room in the NFC West. Philly drops to 3-7-1. Russell Wilson, 22 of 31, 230 yards and a touchdown. Carson Wentz, 25 of 45, 215 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Wentz actually led the Eagles in rushing, 5 carries for 42 yards. Jalen Hurts only completed 1 pass for 6 yards. We didn't see a lot of Jalen Hurts like there was a lot of rumors out to be before the game, and the point moved from 4.5 to 6.5. Well, the points spread moved in favor of Seattle because of those Jalen Hurts rumors, but it turned out that they were false rumors. Ravens-Steelers was supposed to be today, but they moved it to tomorrow afternoon at 3:40 on NBC. And you ask me why at 3:40? It's because NBC was committed to airing the Radio City Rockefeller Center tree lighting tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So that's why you're getting the rarest of rares, a Wednesday late afternoon football game between the Ravens and the Steelers on NBC. And we will obviously pick the game on the podcast tomorrow. And by the way, in terms of scheduling changes, so we had that. And then for next week, Washington at Pittsburgh gets moved from Sunday to Monday. So we're going to have essentially a doubleheader. That game's going to be on at 5 o'clock on Monday, and then Bills 49ers on Monday Night Football. Ravens Cowboys was supposed to be Monday. They moved that from Monday at 5 o'clock to Tuesday at 8 o'clock on Fox. And that was supposed to be Thursday Night Football this week, but that's going to be on Tuesday night now. And what's good for the Ravens is that they're going to get some of their guys off the COVID list for that game. And they're going to get some guys back, actually, for the game tomorrow against Pittsburgh as well. So I just want to hit up on those NFL scheduling changes that the league announced yesterday. Alrighty, now we'll do college basketball. We'll go over the scores from yesterday and look ahead to the games today. All right, so yesterday, Western Carolina over Piedmont, 96-58. Number 17, Texas over Davidson, 78-76. Indiana over Providence, 79-58. Jacksonville State over Mobile, 85-66. Little Rock over Duquesne, 76-66. Campbell over St. Andrews, 85-51. Cal State Northridge over Seattle, 76-65. Bowling Green over Appalachian State, 78-76 in overtime. St. John's over Boston College, 97-93. Number 14, North Carolina over UNLV, 78-51. Hofstra over Fairleigh Dickinson, 73-58. Emmanuel over Stetson, 64-61. UCF over Auburn, 63-55. Mercer over Georgia State, 86-69. Xavier over Eastern Kentucky, 99-96 in overtime. Chattanooga over Tennessee Tech, 62-54. Cal over Nichols, 60-49. Minnesota over Loyola Marymount, 67-64. LSU over Southeast Louisiana, 96-43. SMU over A&M Corpus Christi, 91-54. Mississippi State over Texas State, 68-51. Kansas State over UMKC, 62-58. Seton Hall over Iona, 86-64. Texas Southern over Wyoming, 76-74. Nevada over Pacific, 70-58. And Stanford over Alabama, 82-64. Today's games. All right, 1:30 ESPN, number 17 Texas, Indiana, 1:30 ESPN. We're not going to do picks today in terms of my math and, my numbers. I'm just going to pick these games straight up based on gut feeling. I'm going to go with Texas there. USC BYU 2:30 ESPN2. I'm going to go with BYU laying the points. Oakland Purdue 3 o'clock Big Ten Network. I'm going to say Purdue wins and covers. And I kind of do know some of the numbers by heart, so that's why I'm just doing it a little bit here in terms of what I know, because I don't have my numbers in front of me. Prairie View, UNC Greensboro. UNC Greensboro is favored by 14. I'm going to take Greensboro minus the points. 4 o'clock St. Francis, Pennsylvania at number 15, Virginia. I think I'm going to go with the bounce back spot here for Virginia. UC Riverside and Washington. Washington's laying 8.5. I'm going to say Washington wins, but I won't be shocked if Riverside covers. Bryant and New Hampshire. New Hampshire's favored by 3. I'm going to go with New Hampshire. 4 o'clock ESPN, number 14, North Carolina. Stanford, UNC's favored by 4. I'm definitely laying the 4 with Carolina. 5 o'clock Big Ten Network. Green Bay, number 4, Wisconsin. Wisconsin's favored by a whopping 24.5. I'll lay it with the Badgers. Omaha at number 9, Creighton. Creighton's favored by 19.5. I'm going to lay it with the Blue Jays. ESPN2, number 12, Villanova and Hartford. Villanova's favored by 27. I'll lay it with the Wildcats. NC Wesleyan and East Carolina, Longwood VMI. UConn and Vandy canceled. 6 o'clock, Stony Brook, St. Peter's. St. Peter's is favored by 7. I'll probably lay it with St. Peter's there. St. Andrews and App State, no line. Obviously, Navy, Georgetown. Georgetown's favored by 10. Now I'm actually going to look at the numbers for this one because I won't be shocked if I could take Navy here. All right, so Georgetown against Navy. I'm going to take Navy getting the points there. That's a lot for Georgetown in my mind. Western Kentucky, Louisville. Louisville laying 4. Oh, my God. What? Unbelievable. That is such a low line. Oh, my. Lincoln, Morgan State. 7 o'clock Eastern Illinois, Dayton. Dayton's laying 15. Ooh, that's Dayton's first game. That's a tough one for me. Eastern Illinois, obviously, is a team that came close to a big upset. And they're a team that I think is very promising. I'm actually going to take Eastern Illinois getting the points. Central Michigan and FIU. FIU's laying 4. I'm going to take FIU. Valpo and UIC. Valpo's laying 1.5. That's a tough call. I'll probably lay it. Emmanuel, South Alabama. NCAT, Charleston Southern. That's a hard one, too. Now I am cheating and looking at my numbers because I didn't update them yet. NCAT and Charleston Southern. I'm going to take NCAT to win outright as a dog. Cleveland State and Toledo. Toledo's laying 8.5. I'm going to lay it with Toledo. Marquette, Oklahoma State. Big East versus Big 12. That's going to be a fun game. Marquette is favored by 3 in the game. I would make this game Marquette by 1, so I'm going to take Oklahoma State and Cade Cunningham to cover, but I don't know if they'll actually win. Davidson and Providence, that's actually a decent game in my mind. Neither of these teams are that bad. I'm going to take Davidson because the number's close. Michigan State Duke's a huge game, obviously. 7:30 ESPN. Duke's laying 3.5. This is a game I have to do. So, obviously, Champions Classic actually being played from Cameron Indoor this year. I project this to be Duke by 3.5 as well. So, I think they got this line correct. I'm going to lay it with Duke just because they're home. And even I don't feel good about it because, obviously, no fans. Latorno, Stephen F. Austin, Confident, Sanford, my bad. Hampton and George Washington. George Washington's a 12-point favorite. I'm going to take Hampton in the points. Judson College and Bradley. Central Arkansas, Missouri State canceled. Winthrop, UNC Greensboro at 8:30. Howard Payne, Abilene Christian. And by the way, I'll take Greensboro to win over Winthrop. There's no line yet. South Dakota, Nebraska at 9 o'clock. Nebraska's favored by 14. I'm going to take South Dakota getting all those points. Mississippi State or Valley State against Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon's laying a whopping 31. I'll lay it with Grand Canyon. Mississippi Valley State's the worst team in college basketball. The other big game on the docket, 9:30 ESPN Champions Classic from Rupp Arena. Number 7 Kansas, number 20 Kentucky. Kentucky is a 4.5-point underdog at home. And obviously Kansas wants to bounce back from the Gonzaga loss, so they're under some pressure here. I know they did win a game after that, but everyone's going to remember that they lost to Gonzaga, even though Gonzaga's awesome. And Kentucky wants to bounce back. They're coming off the loss to Richmond. And honestly, I'd make this game Kansas 4, so I have a little edge on Kentucky. But I'm going to go look at the total because that's just too close to call. I'm pretty much dead on with the two big games tonight. I nailed Duke 3.5, and I have Kansas 4. The total's 147.5. I'll take the over minus 108 because the juice is on the under. ESPN2, UNLV, and Alabama. Alabama's favored by 9.5. Obviously, Alabama coming off the loss to Stanford. I'm going to take UNLV getting all the points. Will they win? I don't know. But I just think that the game's closer. And then Nichols and St. Mary's. St. Mary's is favored by 12. I love this St. Mary's team. I like them more than most. I'm going to lay it with St. Mary's. I'm going to lay the 12 with St. Mary's tonight. Alrighty. Best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. I hinted at it earlier. I absolutely love Louisville minus the 4 against Western Kentucky. I don't understand why they're that short of a favorite, but you got to jump on it, right? So I'm going to take Louisville minus 4 against Western Kentucky as my best bet. All right, that's it for today. Short podcast, I know. Tomorrow will be a longer show. I'll recap the college basketball games and look ahead to tomorrow's slate. And then we'll preview and predict Pittsburgh at Baltimore. Masked Singer Super 6 begins tomorrow, so we'll preview that as well. Maybe I'll do my NFL Power Rankings on tomorrow's podcast as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.